Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your business to six figures and beyond. Pow! So in this video, I'm going to talk about having a plan. You absolutely need to have a plan for winning government contracts all the time, but definitely in 2025 because of all the changes. So one of the things I would suggest is coming up with a plan. And in this video, we're going to get right to it so I can tell you what you need to do. Ready? Let's go. So the first thing I would look at is, of course, knowing what do I want to offer. Very important. Now, they have just approved the CR, continuing resolution, which means they're going to operate off the 2024 budget. Now, I know between 25 and 250K, that is going to be a sweet spot for if you're looking to get in with the plan. This, of course, would be the area that you want. So I'm going to look at if I wanted to make six figures in a year, what would I need to do to set up a plan? Well, the first thing is, of course, I am going to make sure that I've met the basic requirements. Now, I'm going to give you the high level, not the eye level, on what you need to do to meet the basic requirements, which is my favorite, talking about having your website, having your capability statement, very important. Making sure that you have your knowledge of what it is you want to offer and what agency you're looking to offer this to. Now, there are going to be some changes with agencies moving forward, but there are going to be a few that we know are not going to change. Defense Logistics Agency is not going to change. Department of Defense is not going to change. There will be some changes to, let's say, Department of Education. There's going to be some changes to, Department of, Interior. There's going to be some changes of when it comes to Health and Human Services. There will be changes, but who may be buying what you have? The buyer may still be exactly the same. That may be who you're targeting to let them know that you are interested in servicing them with the product or a service. And so who may purchase it after you go through them may be different. So they're looking at GSA, which is their Federal Acquisition Service, FSA. I'm sorry, for what is it? Let me make sure I have it correctly. Federal Acquisition Services, like I said, FAS. And so their Federal Acquisition Service is an arm under GSA that does a lot of purchasing already. Well, they're looking at maybe adding on to that, and I'll have another video talking about that. But this is where we're talking about setting up a plan for 2025. Right now, we're like in March, mid-March, and so kind of wanted to wait to see what they were going to do for the budget. So the budget's the same, and they're operating off of 2024 until September when they're going to redo the budget altogether. So what that means is there's still going to be a lot of opportunities for the areas that I would look at setting up my plan and targeting. Number one would be RTO, return to office. Return to office is a big one. GSA does a lot of supplies and office furniture and things like that. A lot. So that arm under GSA that I just mentioned, that would be something that I would look at. And they're going to be return to office there because GSA is going to be doing a lot of the procurement. So we pretty much know that they're going to probably need return to office stuff. Of course, they're going to not maybe need as much because they're not going to have as many people since they're doing different kinds of reductions. But there are going to be different agencies that may need more desks and computers and things like that. So that would be something I would set up a plan and make sure that I'm looking at RTO, return to office. The next thing I'm going to focus on is health. Now, like I said, health could be anything from an issue with carpeting that's mold. There could be an issue when it comes to a lot of different things when it comes to health. So I'm going to focus on return to office. That's my plan. Meeting my basic requirement is plan number one, or step number one. Step number two then is clarifying my offer in today's environment, 2025. We know the budget is moving forward from now until September, so we're not going to wait before we look at offering the government something. So we're going to look at offering them something, and we can look at knowing what our offer is. Some look at things that are return to office, which could be supplies and furniture and things like that. And when I'm looking at that, then I'm going to make sure that I'm focused on offering this in this time frame as far as like in the time frame of return to work, which is still ramping up. People are getting back, but they still have maybe not have everything they need. And then working with GSA when it comes to offering the services, and then offering my services to other buyer who may go to GSA to purchase it. So let's say Health and Human Services is now going under, let's just say for argument's sake, GSA to purchase what they need. You're still going to be looking at Health and Human Services as what they need, but instead of them purchasing it, they're going to then have GSA purchase it. So I know they were talking about rolling out this pilot program in March where they're going to test out different agencies that they're going to purchase for, still in the works. I think it's towards the end of March. But right now you want to focus on return to office, mission essential, which could be anything with Defense Logistics or Department of Defense. It could be immigrations, that area. And then I am going to focus on like health things. And like I said, that could be anything with mold. It could be health as far as security. So that's where I'm looking at. I believe there are a lot of us that could offer services in that area, but you have to have a plan. So step 1 of your plan is your basic requirements. Step 2 is identifying in those areas that I gave you, trying to find something in those areas. And step 3, looking at who is going to be your buyer. Step 4, making sure you find those available contracts. And step 5, making sure that you look at doing either a no bid or look at doing a like a request for quote. Now, yes, there are a lot of purchase cards that are no longer active. I mentioned before in my tutorials that you can do micro purchases. There are still going to be credit cards needed for these things, but every agency, like before, is going to have to get approval. There were just more of them, but they still had to get approval. I know my girlfriend had a $2,500 limit, but she had to get it approved before she could just go out and spend it. So it's still going to happen, but that's something you're going to make sure. And I know there's a lot of them, like State Department, that still have P cards. There's a lot of departments that do. So there'll still be opportunities for jobs that may not require anything other than a purchase card. There just may not be as many opportunities as there once were. So hopefully this gets you started on some things you can do to put up a plan in 2025 to win government contracts. Now, if you'd like to know more, I'd love to see you at my Masterclass, which is going to be this Monday. I'm sorry, it's going to be this Tuesday. So got my days mixed up. It's going to be this Tuesday, which is March, I think that's March the 18th. And it's going to be at 12 noon, where I'm going to go into specifics on the requirements to setting up the plan, where the changes are, all of that information. Free masterclass. This is for anyone that's thinking about getting started. You want to get started the way it's going to be from here on out, or at least for a while. So you'll get started on the right foot of knowing, because you don't know anything else. So this will be like getting your feet wet with something that is brand new to you, but you don't have anything to compare with. This is for individuals that got started, invested money, but still want to go the course because they know that there are still opportunities out there for winning government contracts and scaling your business to 6 figures and beyond utilizing government contracts. So if that's who you are, then make sure you join me for my free masterclass, which is going to be this coming Tuesday, March 18th, March 19th, or March 20th. You only need one day. One day can make such a difference. So if that sounds like something you want to do, then make sure you click the link, sign up, or you can see where to go in the description of my banner for my YouTube. All right. Well, looking forward to you implementing some of the things you need to do. And until next time, be safe and take care. Bye-bye.